Hello everyone, it's me, I'm aka No-Brainer, and welcome to Monster Sanctuary Tribal Tournament number 2, which is the first one that I've taken part in. If you have not watched the previous episode where I go over the very basics of this game and my team, I suggest you do so. For those of you that have come from that video, welcome! We are now playing round number 1 up against Moustazsche, also known as Paulifsky something or other. Once this bit moves away here. These are all going to be post-commentary games, as you can tell by the fact that everything is frozen right now. I have recorded the rounds, and then I'm going to be showing them whilst giving my commentary response to them. I did it this way because there can be a lot of downtime between rounds, because you're allowed to change out the loadout and the stats and the tech. Not the tech tree, but the talent tree. There we go, the talent tree of all your monsters. And that can sometimes be a laborious process, sometimes it can be really quick. Also, 30 seconds per move sounds like a lot, and it really is, coming from like more of a chess background, it really is a long time. But in the heat of the moment, I still am very much like, I don't know what I'm doing here, so I still would rather have taken the time to actually think about things directly, and then I can give you my post-commentary thoughts. So, round number 1 is he got up against Paulifsky something, also known as Moustazsche, and he has brought slimes, he has brought dragons, and he has brought an occult team. And I looked at that occult team, I didn't know exactly what it was going to do, and I couldn't figure out his game plan, so I banned it, because clearly it's something smarter than what I could figure out. I came to realize much later on that it's actually the primer team, one of the primer default teams that's got plenty of guides written about it and stuff. So it's actually a really well known list, and I just somehow completely skipped and missed it. And in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have banned that, because I think I actually had a much stronger matchup against that than I did dragons. Dragons are a bit of a problem for my mage team specifically, and he banned my ancient, so it was going to be beast and mage versus dragons and slime. And it's a problem for my mage team because dragons all share a singular weakness to physical damage. Well, pretty much all of them. And my mage team is magical damage, so it's got that a little bit of a problem. But yeah, so round number 1 is up against slimes. To explain the slime team, because I have explained my beast team, to explain the slime team, slimes are a debuff stall team. That is that they want to apply a lot of debuffs and do a lot of damage through those. And they just want to find healing. In fact, let's just start showing. Okay, there we go. First turn. Alright, so the blobs are going to be all about healing, are all going to be healing themselves, and whilst they heal themselves, they're going to be applying debuffs to me, and I just need to basically heal through those and try and break through their stall. So they're going to lead here. They're going to lead the classic lead, which is going to... Well, no, they're leading Rainbow Blob. No, they're not. They're leading Blob. Yeah. That's just a dark shifted Blob. Yeah, okay. So they're leading Blob, Tar Blob, and Ice Blob, and I immediately just start with the potion because I'm trying to just see if I can get an easy, quick kill on someone, because that Tar Blob is weak to water, but as you can see there, nowhere near the damage dealt. And in fact, I missed a lot of crits there, so, no chance of that kill right there. Oh well. So yeah, the goal here is that I'm trying to get I'm trying to break through this team, and they're just trying to stall and protect as much as they can. In terms of big, scary things on their team, that Tar Blob is a real problem, because that Tar Blob has two things. He has Overheal as a shift passive, and what Overheal does is that means all the healing that he gets, anything that goes above your health bar is going to be applied to your shields at 50% rate. But you can see here that I'm already just spamming the potions, because Wonder Potion's really good, and I'll get to that in a second, but there we go, I get rid of all of the debuffs there. But yeah, so anyway, Tar Blob has that, and he can overheal, so he's much better at the stall engine, and he also has a very scary thing. I'm going to try for the kill here, and I get a lot more crits that time, but still nowhere near enough to kill him. The Tar Blob also has a Blood Drive. And what that does, it means that all debuff damage has a chance to apply bleed. 75% chance to apply bleed equal to the damage dealt by the damage of it. So you could think of it as him having a 75% damage multiplier on top of all of his damage. So the Tar Blob, despite also being a healer, he's got a team of 2 healers and a shielder here, is the damage dealer. So that's why I'm really trying to kill this Tar Blob. I'm looking right now, and this might be enough from this Aqua Blast. I do a lot of hits there. I've got the bleed. Boom! Tar Blob goes down. That is one of the big damage dealers of his team down, because without that blood drive, I can just potion and heal up with my Wonder Potion. So now he's going to bring in another guy. Rainbow Blob and Changeling are both really strong death blow dealers, so they will do a lot of damage if he brings those in, but he brings in the King Blob. He's going to try and take this game late. He's going to try and take this game long style. King Blob is a fantastic healer, but doesn't put on much pressure in terms of damage. So he's just going to be healing and healing and healing, and hoping that just all of these debuffs manage to stop me. Now, the thing is here, my Mole Blob has... My Mole Bear has Wonder Potion, and what that does is it means that all potions provide 2 buffs and remove 2 debuffs. I think that's the mass form. I think single target potions is 4 and 4, but the mass is 2 and 2, but it's to the whole team. So what this means is that, oh my god, that Minotaur, oh, he is almost dead right there from all those debuffs. What that means is that because of this and my Purifying Mace, I can just do this. I can just heal, and I can heal, and I can heal, and I can remove the vast majority of these debuffs whilst applying buffs of my own. I'm very much full on buffs at this point. So that is my strategy here, is that I'm going to try and just cleanse as much of these as I can, and then in between these, I'm going to see if I can just go for some hits, and hope that I can get them going here. He's full shield, he's full health, he's not... The trick is here that he can't do any more damage than what he's able to do, really. You know, there's only so many poisons that I can take, only so many chills, only so many burns, and if I can survive all of that, which, oh my god, that was close, and I've gained an extra level here of the wound stack, so this has taken up quite a bit, but I managed to heal him up. I managed to heal him up despite that. But I've got all these buffs on me, and I'm too nervous to go for an attack here, especially since he's got 3 healers on the front line, right? So I'm just going to be purging, and I'm going to be stalling out for next time. And yeah, I'm just going to see how long this can be taken. And you want to know a little bit of a spoiler is that this is going to go on for quite some time. So yeah. The issue here is that he can't really swatch out into a damage dealer, because I will instantly kill the damage dealer, because Rainbow Blob and Changeling are both glass cannons in this build. So he can't switch out of this King Blob, and this King Blob isn't providing much to his damage dealing. His Tar Blob was a damage dealer, and he swapped out a damage dealer for his support, so he's got 3 supports on the front line right now. So I can just go for this like constant removal of debuffs. Wonder Potion is a hard counter from the Wonder Potion from Molebear is a hard counter to this strategy, specifically because it's an aura, right? Molebear doesn't have to be the only one who uses the potion in order for this to work. And this is proven to be a real big problem for him. Worth noting that in the patch that will come eventually, one day, one glorious day, the patch will arrive, and it will nerf Wonder Potion. It'll make it so that it only applies 1 debuff. It only removes 1 debuff per cast instead of 2. The issue is that it's going to take that patch has been rumored for a long time, and it's going to keep still taking its time. I think what they want to do is they try to do a console release. They want to try and match the consoles to the PC release, so they try to do all of the patches at the same time. And it can take a real long time for Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo sometimes to accept patches coming in. So they're probably delayed on that. But that's my conjecture. I've not heard anything. That's just me personally. But you see, now we hit a problem for him, because now we're entering Infinity. That's what this sort of like swirly thing means. This is Infinity. And what Infinity means is that now damage dealt is 5% more. But that doesn't apply to debuffs. See, that applies to the damage of attacks. So all attacks are 5% stronger. And he doesn't do any attacking. You see the problem here? You see his problem is that I'm getting stronger over time because of the Infinity stacks, and he isn't. Infinity is this anti-stall measure. It's this like we don't want things to become a draw where, you know, we just got two healers sitting here and they can't kill each other. So Infinity applies a 5% stacking bonus to damage every turn. And all I have to do now is I just have to delay, and I just have to wait until I have enough Infinity stacks to one-shot his board. That is my goal right now. He has 3 defensive mons, none of them have attacks, and I'm just gonna wait, and eventually I will have enough Infinity to kill him. That is the plan now. And yeah, we're gonna see how that works here. One also very interesting thing about Wonder Potion as well is that Chill can do Congeal, and what that means is that it deals damage. It deals damage based on a percentage of missing mana. But because potions are free in terms of mana cost, that means that entire like ice chill sort of section that the ice bot brings into things isn't doing anything. So I'm seeing here, I'm looking through my previews, and I can't kill any of them still at Infinity Stack +2. So we're gonna keep going again. I get rid of all of the debuffs. I get full healed. And he can't break this because he has a maximum amount of damage he can do. And so long as I keep removing all the debuffs, there's only so many debuffs he can apply in a single turn. So he's going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going as well. And yeah, no, that was painful. That hurt. But, you know, Infinity Stack is now at +3. What are we looking at here? Absolutely no damage whatsoever from that Yukan. Absolutely no damage whatsoever for Minotaur. But, you know, he can't kill me. So let's just think about going again. I got rid of the weakness, and ooh, that's a lot of damage that I can do, but you know, why bother? This game is just, it's gonna support me the most to wait, because all I have to do is wait, and this team can't do anything to me. So just keep waiting. He put out 3 supports, and they can't break me. It is potion stall, my friends. So just keep waiting, and eventually he won't have. There's nothing he'll be able to do, right? That's the idea. Yeah. So Life Wave comes out. You know, more healing, more weakness applying. Oh no, damage. But you know, I've always been low, but I've never been dead. That's the crucial part. That you know, they've gotten me very low a whole bunch of times, but they've not killed me. So Infinity +4, I'm perfectly happy to do that. And I've got this ultimate, this long slash ultimate ready, Fatal Cut ultimate ready for going for the kill when I need to. And oh, look at that, that slash one-shots most of them, but why kill on one? Why kill one of them when I can just wait and kill all 3 of them? So let's just mass antidote. Everyone's at full health already. Let's just mass antidote, get rid of all of those debuffs. And here we go. Now we're at Infinity +5. Everything's doing 25% more damage. I'm just perfectly in control of this game. There's only so much health he can have. Shield is... The maximum amount of shield you can have is equal to the maximum amount of health you have. So you can only double his health. Now it's worth noting that the way the structure of this the way the tournament structure is if you have when you win with a team, you stop playing with that team, right? And it's the first to win with both their teams. So it's kind of a best 2 out of 3. But yeah, so now I go for the long slash. Boom, boom, boom. And I completely whiff. I completely miss the size blob. But you know, I'm going to go for it anyway because, yeah, I can get a kill on a blob. I can basically kill King Blob. And oh, Ice Blob just dies to all of the bleed stacks. And there we go. Infinity +6 for these 2 damage dealers. But I've still got a whole set of mons in the back. So even if he wipes me right here, I can just swap into those and kill him straight up because these are 2 glass cannons. So yeah, so this beast team has now won, and it cannot be played anymore, and it had physical damage, and my mage team doesn't, and I'm going to be going up against dragons at some point, potentially. The counter attack from Minotaur is 1 slash, almost insta-kills. And it does insta-kill the changeling. That's how much this Infinity is right now, and yeah, the Molebear just... MVP Molebear there because he had the Wonder Potion, he dealt with all the things, so game 1 goes to me. So now I'm forced into my mage team, and we'll see what happens. So, game 2 begins. Found my opponent, hooray. It can sometimes take a little bit of time to connect. Now, because he lost the last game, he gets to choose whether he wants to go first or second, so he chooses to go first. So, time for my mage team. So, I have some play into this. It's not going to be as strong as the Wonder Potion strat. The Wonder Potion strat is a hardcore, hard counter to the debuff stall team that slime blob that the blob teams are going to want to deal with. Now, I don't quite have that level of counterplay, but Stolby and Plague Stolby is resistant to debuffs. Stolby and Plague Egg both have anti-curse, which reduces the damage taken by debuffs for the party by 20%. So I've got some anti-curse damage in here. Yeah, I've got some anti-curse in here to help reduce this damage, and it's just going to be a case of whether or not I can break through it. Before, it was the fact that I could just heal up and break through it at all times, so I could do the exact same thing here. That's the hope, and we'll see. This one's a good... I can't necessarily just stall them out here. Okay, so I take a little bit of damage there. Alright, cool. So I've got my healing wave. I also have overheal on the Plague Egg here. So we're looking here, what are we going to do? So we got a little bit of damage out here. And honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have built Stolby as defensive Stolby, because he has access to Mass Restore, which is pretty good against debuffs. As well, because Mass Restore reduces debuffs, but I went for damage here in the hopes that I can try and take out this Tar Blob, because this Tar Blob is a huge amount of damage, and this Arcane Diffusion just isn't looking like it. It's not looking like I can do enough damage with this Stolby Fumagus here. But this Blob's looking pretty weak. This Tar Blob, though, is the one I really need to kill. It's hard. Do I go to try and take a kill right now? I do. Okay, so I go and I try and kill this Blob, and I do. I get the Blob kill. Okay, so I have broken the perfect team, but again, he brings in his King Blob. And now what's different here is that Blob was a healer. King Blob is a support healer as well, but Tar Blob is a damage dealer on his team, right? So this time, when he brought the King Blob out, he brought the King Blob out correctly, because the King Blob is now with a damage dealer. You don't want to have all three of your supports on the front line, right? And that's the case here. Tar Blob is a damage dealer. So now this is going to work for him a lot better than it did last time, because now he actually has the damage to potentially break through this. Even though I'm reducing the damage dealt by debuffs by 40% here, that wasn't a lot of damage, right? I didn't take a lot, but the bleed stacks are getting applied, and bleeding is a problem for me, right? Because, okay, so now it is worth noting my Plague Egg does have the ability to remove bleed. But yeah, so I'm going to try for another one here, Spore Nebula here. Going to go ahead and get a lot of hits. I'm trying to build up a lot of combo, a lot of debuffs to then get a kill with the Stolby, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. The Tar Blob did not get a lot of debuffs on it compared to everything else, and that was not a lot of debuffs. Now, King Blob is weak to debuffs, so he is weak to that poison damage, so I did manage to halve it. It's just a case of if I can break through that. The Restore comes out, get rid of some of the debuffs, but a notable thing is that Plague Egg has Demotivate, which reduces the effectiveness of healing on things that have debuffs. So I'm trying to do that right now. I'm trying to get rid of this healing, and you know, now ideally I'd just keep doing that over and over again, but I have some problems here because I'm running low on mana. Plague Egg is running very, very low on mana, and it is my primary healer, and I can't keep this up. Spore Nebula was the way I got all of that combo last time, and I cannot do that this time. In fact, I get like one extra hit there. I hit for 9 times, when that's just pathetic here, and I'm doing no damage to him at all. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I go for Spectral Flame. I think maybe I should have just potioned, to be honest with you, and just not spent the mana that turn, and saved it for next time. And just healed the Plague Egg, because this Plague Egg is a big deal in terms of my anti-debuffs, because he has one of those versions of anti-curse, and he also has the Demotivate, because they're not healing very much right now because of the Demotivate. But it's enough to be quite dangerous, and it's enough to even kill the Plague Egg, because of that Tar Blob healing. So now I bring in the Changeling, so now I've got 3 damage dealers on the front line. And now I'm just going to hope that the other 2 can build enough combo for Changeling to go for like a one-shot on something. And it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking great here. I go for the Gemstone Rain because it builds up a little bit more combo. 7 hits to 4. And I'm looking here, and it's not going great. The damage is not looking great. I go for the Fatal Cut anyway, because Fatal Cut does apply a wound stack, which makes the healing a lot worse. And I'm thinking, you know, that ice blob in the middle is looking a bit low. If I get rid of that ice blob, I might have a chance here, because it will remove all of the... it'll stop all of that chill from congealing and causing additional damage based on mana loss. But without that demotivate, he's able to actually heal this time, without the demotivate from the Plague Egg. And yeah, so this is not looking nearly as good, and I've got 3 damage deals on the front line. Don't worry, I don't have them on the front line for long, because they both just died. Alright, Sutsune and Oraklik. So now I have 2 healers and the Changeling here. And what's important here is that I've got this really evil thing called Revive. So the idea here is that Sutsune and Oraklik both have Revive, so if I kill one of them, the other one just revives the first. And when they're revived without debuffs on them. So yeah, I look into some potential imitate options here. I can imitate the Mass Restore and try and like go for some healing, but I'm already full health. I go for the Long Slash. Quite frankly, I don't know why. I probably should have just gone for the Antidote there, because yeah, my Changeling is a little lower mana, and I could have just been a bit more patient again. You want to be patient against a blob team. As we've seen already, they are a stall team. They are perfectly happy for you to trade out a little bit of healing, a little bit of damage for you, because they can always heal themselves to full. And I'm at the point now where he's managed to get himself to max health and shields on everything. And stuff is kind of falling apart here. So, worth noting that Sutsune has Bleed Out, which means that he can't remove... that the bleed stacks don't get removed. The Fox Girl, the Sutsune, the bleed stacks don't get removed when she when they take bleed damage. So that is the hope there, that I can provide enough bleed stacks. Yeah, that's why I did Long Slash. There's enough bleed stacks to then eventually kill someone. The problem is King Blob has Purify, which removes bleed stacks. It can remove up to 4 bleed stacks. So I'm not necessarily fighting an easy battle here. I go for the Occult Power to provide a little bit more buffs to the Changeling here, in the hopes that Changeling gets some, but the Changeling doesn't have a lot of mana. It doesn't have a lot of mana right now, so it's looking, I'm thinking about an Antidote here. I'm going for this. I'm looking at this. You know, I don't have mana, so I probably should be Antidoting. There we go, I do Antidote here. Great, great. Remove some of that chill from the Oraklik. Now, it's worth noting that the Oraklik here has heal charging, and he heals the team whenever the enemy takes bleed damage. So that's why I'm getting some charge stacks right now. Each charge stack increases damage dealt by 3%, so it's 6%. So it's 6 charge stacks. That's 18% for that Changeling right now. But the Restore comes in, and all of the debuffs are going away. And Changeling's a death blow damage dealer, which means he does 5% more damage per debuff on the enemy. So I actually have no way of applying. I have very bad ways of applying debuffs right now. Things are looking bad, guys. Things are suddenly looking bad. I'm unable to break this stall, and these bleed stacks are slowly stacking up. I've got 11 bleed stacks on this Changeling, now 9, because Sutsune also has Purify. Purify is a pretty common ability. And I'm looking, I'm like, Fatal Cut? No, this isn't doing anything. I think I should probably be imitating this. Imitating the Mega Restore, but there's not a lot of difference between imitating Mega Restore or just like using a mass Antidote here. So go for the Mass Antidote, and now I'm like back into the same situation I was in the game 1, but I'm thinking we're back into Infinity, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, I have my Revive team, right? All I do here is I just wait until I've got enough Infinity to wipe his team. Then what happens is he comes back and he counter wipes. But because I have Oraklik with Phoenix Affinity, Oraklik, one time when they would die, they don't. And I will use that to then revive the Sutsune, who will then revive the Changeling, and then the Changeling will kill his Rainbow Blob and his Changeling. So that's my plan right now. The problem is, Sutsune doesn't have the mana to keep going for a Mass Restore. So at this point I'm stuck between the two. I think I should have gone Imitate with Changeling and then the potion with Sutsune, because Imitate on Changeling on the Mass Restore of Sutsune would have given the Changeling some extra. Would have given me some more removal here. I go for the Encapsulate. It builds up some of the charge stacks, which is very powerful with Infinity. I'm just really nervous about these bleed stacks. I have 9 bleed stacks on this Changeling right now. And this Sutsune, because she was unable to cast a healing spell, she hasn't been able to remove all of the bleed here. But, you know, he can't get any stronger. So it's, again, a case of infinity. I'm just going to wait a bit. I'm just going to wait until I have enough to kill him. But I have to be careful, because if I wait too long, he might have attacks to just go and just wipe this changeling. Because if he kills the changeling, I'm in a really bad situation, because I can revive the changeling. But when you revive something, they don't have infinity stacks. So he'll have none of this infinity stacks that I'm trying to build up. So if the changeling goes down right here, it'll be game over, and the tar blob might run an attack. It really might run an attack here. So I'm looking real nervous here, and I'm looking at the damage, and I'm like, this isn't looking great. So I encapsulate with the Sutsune here. I'm trying to keep them alive, and I'm thinking, okay, I have to do at least one more turn here, because I'm not doing nearly enough damage. At least one more turn here. So I do the antidote, and I get rid of as many of the debuffs as I can. I have basically no bleed stacks on this guy. He goes for a Mega Restore ult. He's feeling pretty confident with himself. He's up to 9 age stacks on this tar blob as well. That's another thing. Tar blob gets 3% more defensive. He has a 3% damage reduction per turn he's on the battlefield from this age stacks. So this game really hard to kill. But, you know, I can go for this. I'm going for this mass antidote here on the Sutsune. She just doesn't have the mana to support all of this. I should have built a little bit more mana on her when facing against the slime team. I'm seeing, okay, you know what I can do? I can counterfeit and steal this Mega Restore. And that is pretty good, because that gets rid of a lot of the debuffs there. That does mean, though, that my Fatal Cut is going to be on cooldown for several turns, because I imitated an ultimate, and so there's a shared cooldown there between them all. I go for a level 3 encapsulate instead of a level 4, because I'm trying to save up my mana here. And realistically, there's not much difference in how much they're going to heal. So I'm just building charge stacks here on this changeling. Goes for a replenish, and I'm looking kind of scared here, because replenish is a lot of combo. He's up to 20, but it's looking like he's not got the damage to kill yet. So keep going. Ow, a lot of damage dealt there. I have now a level 3 Mass Restore, so I'll probably use that. Heal up a lot. Yep, there we go. Good healings, but I have no mana, and yep, Fatal Cut is on cooldown for a couple turns here. I'm going to encapsulate, and I'm going to do it on the changeling just to get more stacks, and I go for it. I go for the kill here. I do a lot of damage to that tar blob. I don't kill the tar blob at all, but I kill the king blob and the ice blob. So now he's just got all of his damage dealers on the front line. But they're at +5. They're at 5 infinity. But, you know, the goal was to leave just the 2 of them alive. With the 10 age stacks, maybe I need to just, you know, take this, accept that I get hit for a lot of damage, and come back and I kill the changeling and the rainbow blob, and the tar blob alone can't do very much against my team of revivers. So that's the goal here. So he comes back with his long slash, he does a lot of damage, he kills the Sutsune, changeling is dead. Oraculic is going to live, though, because of the Phoenix Affinity. And then I can just counterattack, hit his Rainbow Blob or his Changeling, and win the game there. So I'm going to do this, boom, 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 all of this. Phoenix Affinity pops, but here we go. Oraculic revives the revives the Sutsune. Sutsune revives the Changeling. I only have level 1 revive on Sutsune. Probably a mistake, but, you know, I've got the level 1 revive on the Sutsune. Changeling comes in, and I realize my mistake. I've only got level 2 slash. I built him wrong. I'm going to pause here. I built this guy wrong. You can see the damage preview here. I'm only doing half. Yeah, no, slash should be level 5. I've got level 3 long slash. I should have level 5 slash here. So problem number 1, I don't have level 5 slash to kill the changeling. Problem number 2, I don't even check Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt could very well have killed here. I was so nervous about the fact that I didn't have this level 5 slash that I thought I had, that I just go for this. And I had 20 seconds left. I had 20 seconds to think about this. And look at this. Boom. He's still got half of his health left, which is a quarter of what I dealt to him. I should have just gone for the Arcane Bolt potentially there. Well, not potentially. I could have at least looked at what the Arcane Bolt did. Realistically, I probably could have waited and gone for a couple more Infinity stacks to go try and kill the Tar Blob last time. But, you know, I went for it, I killed the King Blob, I killed the Tar Blob, but now I'm in a bit of a problem. My guys are healed up again, you know. That Oraculic is looking really good defensively. But the Changeling will just melt, because Changeling is really good against Changeling because of the neutral damage. that changelings do. And he kills the Heraclic. And the Tsune doesn't survive the debuffs. And there we go. Game number 2 is a loss between mages and slimes. So now I'm really scared. Because the last team is Dragon. And I just said that dragons basically all share a physical weakness. You can see 5 of them share it, and then Nikinaka is weak to wind and fire. And Nikinaka has a weak resistance to magic, even. My only physical damage dealer is the changeling, Arva. So this is going to be a problem. Now, to explain dragons a bit, actually, I should probably explain dragons a bit. So dragons are a pretty powerful team that are generally kept in check because of their weakness to physical damage, and they are a buff team. They are generally a rushdown buff team. They want to buff up their damage dealers, their Dracogran, the Nikinanka, and the Draconoir. They just want to buff those guys up to a very high degree, and then have those guys just wipe your team. That is their goal. They are a pretty fast team here. So I'm going with the Heraclic Plague Egg because Heraclic can survive with the Phoenix affinity. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I want a double support, single damage DPS damage dealer. So I go with my 2 supports here, Heraclic and Plague Egg, and my damage dealer here at the Stolby. And my goal here is just try and go for the Occult Power. And how much damage can I do? None. Okay. Can't do any damage with this. So I'm just going to start applying some poisons. You know, I can go for a bit more of a debuff stall. Like my opponent was doing to me with slimes, I can go for a little bit more of a debuff stall here. Stolby is likely to die very fast because Stolby has a weakness to physical damage, and the Dracogran at the back can do physical damage. Alright, he's got two Might stacks, a Glory stack, 2 Sidekick stacks. He's built here. He goes for a full aerial assault, and he wipes the Plague Egg. Didn't expect that. Expected him to kill Stolby. So this is a problem because one of my supports is now dead, right? Sutsune, I don't want to bring in the Sutsune this early because Sutsune's got revived. Sutsune is a part of the revive stall squad. So now it's a case of, okay, this is a problem, and Stolby doesn't have enough mana for the Hades, which would give me a lot of combo. So now I'm looking at this going, what do I do? I've randomly gained a weakness on the Stolby. I don't have the Hades to give a huge amount of combo to this to the Fumegas, so I'm going to apply a Spore Card here. I see where the weakness comes from now. Someone's wearing a slime skin on that team, which means that AoE attacks have a chance. Well, attacks that attack that mon have a chance to apply weakness. So that's what happened there. So I go for the Spectral Flame because, you know, I'm doing some damage and I'm applying some debuffs, and these debuffs are getting scary. Heraclic has Blood Drive, which I talked about with Tarblob. It's going to apply some bleeds. So maybe I can get some bleeds off. This Dracoran is looking really low. Not Dracoran, the Draco Zul, the one in the middle. Zul is looking really low on health. So I might be able to clear him off. And I might be able to kill off these supports, but this, even though with 2 weakness stacks, this Dracogran is at the back is very scary, this ground-based Dracogran. And yeah, it's just a case of if I can kill him fast enough, because he can one-shot any mon of his choosing, he will one-shot. So I'm going to go into my Changeling here because I need to kill off this guy. So I'm going to go for the Occult Power here. I'm going to give the Changeling a bunch of buffs. Don't get the Might buff. And no, I don't, not quite yet. But I will, I'm about to realize my mistake here. I go for this Gemstone Rain because it applies the most combo here at 9. And I realize my mistake one more time. I don't have level 5 Slash again. I was very tilted on the last game, and so I didn't change out for Slash again. And I need level 5 Slash because my opponent is weak to physical damage. And if I could have the level 5 Slash to try and one-shot this Dracogran, I probably win the game if I kill Dracogran. Now he's got a 28% dodge. It would have been very unlikely, but without a level 5 Slash, I don't have my physical damage, so I go for this Fatal Cut instead. The goal is to just apply some these wounds, and yeah, if I apply the wounds, I can maybe go and kill off both of these guys in the next turn, is the idea. The Helping Hand still revives him, still heals him up to full, and now he brings in his flying one. I don't remember which one that one is, but it's a combo builder, and in this case it built 13 combo for this Dracogran. who has the ability to kill one of whichever one he wants to pick. And he goes for the Fire Claws, he kills off the Stolby this time. Massive overkill. Absolutely massive overkill. But now I'm back in the same position, right, as before. I have my revive team on the front line. He can't just keep going for the kill one guy's strategy, because I'll just revive. So I go for this. I'm doing that so that I get a bit more buffs on this Changeling. I go for the Encapsulate to provide myself some... to get rid of the weakness stack, and also to provide myself some more charge. And I really... Look at this. Look at that Long Slash. That level 3 Long Slash is almost killing Dracogran. If I had level 5 Slash, Long Slash does 280%. Level 5 Slash does like 460, I think, % damage. And if I had level 5 Slash, which does almost double the damage of Long Slash, I would definitely be killing this Dracogran. And killing this Dracogran gets rid of all of those buffs and resets the board, and maybe with my revive team, I have a chance of doing something. Without level 5 Slash though, I go for the Long Slash and I hope for a lucky hit, and I don't get it. I could have got the crit, I could have got a double crit there and killed him, but I missed on one of those 28%. And because of that, look at that survival! So close. He's so low. I'm so close to that kill. And I didn't get it. 90 bleed stacks, but he lives. So he might be able to just wipe something again. That full aerial assault should be coming back online now. That was an ult he'd used before, and it hit my entire team. That's going back online now. He might be able to get something off before he dies, because if he was dead now, he'd have to spend some time rebuilding, and he is alive, but he is alive, so he can actually kill something else before he goes down. Mud Cannon comes out onto the Sutsune, does some decent damage. That full aerial assault comes out, boom, Changeling dies, all of my team gets completely wiped, but Raklik survives because he has Phoenix Affinity, so he can go for the revive on the Sutsune can go for the revive on the Changeling, which I've got a level 2 revive now instead of a level 1 revive, and the Changeling can potentially do something. Now, Dracogran is going to die regardless. He has 19 stacks of bleed on him, so I can go for a heal instead. Or I can go for a Long Slash. Yeah, okay, I go for a Long Slash. I go for more damage, because the trick is, Changeling has lifesteal, so when he does damage, he also heals. So there we go. You know, bleed stacks have been moved. That guy in the middle, he's going to die next turn. He's got 20 bleed stacks on him. He's almost certainly going to die now. But the Phoenix Affinity has been popped, so if he can kill both Sutsune and Raklik here, I'm in a really bad position. But this has been a lot closer than I had any right to be, considering that I thought it was... I had a really bad problem from the beginning, because mages aren't good against dragons, but no. There we go. Boom. Wiped. Everyone's dead. Lost keeper battle. Game 1 is a loss to me. Congratulations to Paulifsky. I can now see your profile, your character name. Well played to him. Made some mistakes. Didn't build my Changeling correctly. Was perhaps a bit impatient in game 2 against those slimes. And it cost me. And game 1 was a loss to myself. And this music is a little bit wrong for the settings, because this is the end credits music of Monster Sanctuary. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been me against... that was... all the way around. This has been me against 99, aka No Brainer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for round number 2. Signing out.